Good morning, children. Welcome back once again in online class of science. My dear children, today we will read new chapter. The chapter name is soil, and in this chapter we will learn about the soil and layers of soil, soil erosion, soil conservation. So these points we will discuss in this lesson. So let us see, my dear children, about the soil. Plains are flat, but hills and mountains are higher than plains. They are made up of rocks. So we know that the plains are flat compared to the hills and mountains, and they are mainly made up of hard rocks. All rocks are made of minerals. In fact, the whole earth is made of rocks and minerals. We know that rocks are mainly made up of minerals, and our earth is mainly made up of rocks and minerals. Rocks are found in many shapes and colors, and rocks are found in many shapes and colors. Slowly, rocks get broken into tiny particles of sand, which take the shape of the soil. And after that, rocks slowly get broken into tiny particles of sand, and it take the shape of the soil. So let us see how it's happened. Rocks break up. The most important agent that break the rock in the sun. During the day, the rock become very hot and expand. So the most important agent you can see here in the picture, sun. During the daytime, rocks become very hot and expand, means spread, but at the night they become cool and contract back to the size. And at the night time they cool and contract to their size. Expansion and contraction to rocks surface causes them to crack and ultimately break up. And due to the contraction and expansion, the rock surface causes them to crack and ultimately break up. During winter, water fill the cavity in the rock. Cavity means a small space between the rocks. So during the winter time, water filled in these spaces. Due to cold, it freeze and expand, and due to cold, it freeze and expand. Expand means spread. As a result, the rocks break up into the small pieces. So the result we get, the rocks break up into small pieces. Wind also play an important role in breaking up of rocks. They hurl small pieces of rock against bigger ones and wear them away. Hurl means to throw something with great force. So water also play important role of breaking of rocks. They hurl the small pieces of rocks against bigger ones and wear them away. Okay, so with the help of air, the rocks small pieces again the bigger one and wear them away. Rain too does a lot to break up the rocks, and with the help of rain also rocks break up. It's carry rocks downhill and they break up into the small pieces. When these pieces of rocks rub against each other, they further break into the tiny particles, forming peppers, gravels, and finally sand. And after that, this small pieces rub against each other, and they further break into the small tiny particles, forming small stones, glass very small stones, and finally get sand. Thus, the rocks break up into the sand due to the weather, sun, cold, rain, and wind. This breaking up of rocks is called weathering of rocks. So, due to the sun, cold, rain, and wind, rocks break up into this small sand, and this breaking of rock is called the weathering of rocks. Now, let us see sand and soil. Sand is barren as it cannot hold water. Also, it does not have any food for plant. The sand, when get mixed with humus, take the shape of the soil. Humus is the remains of plants and animals present in the soil. We know that, my dear children, sand is barren. In sand soil, we cannot grow any plant, and it is very poor in minerals. And when we mixed humus in the sand, it take the shape of the soil, and humus is the remaining plants and animals present in the soil. Sand is not barren, soil is not barren. Different plants can grow in it. Some soil are more fertile than other, so soil have been named accordingly. Clay and loamy are two chief kind of soil. Clay soil is used to make earthen pot. Loamy soil is best for plants. Loamy soil is best for growing plants. So we know that soil is not barren. In soil, so many plants we can grow, and some soils are more fertile. For example, clay and loamy. Clay soil also we can grow the plant, but mainly we can use clay soil for making earthen pots, and loamy soil is best for growing plant. Layer of soil, you can see the pictures of layer and soil. Here you can see the three layers of soil: topsoil, subsoil, bedrock. So soil at a place is made up of different layers. The uppermost layer is called topsoil. Topsoil is made up of fine sand and humus. This layer of soil is best suited for plants, growth of plants. The layer below the topsoil is called subsoil. This layer is sandy and contains small stones. Just below the subsoil is a layer of stones and rocks called bedrocks. So here you can see, my dear children, three layers of soil. First soil layer is topsoil. It is most important layer, and mostly plants can grow in topsoil. And middle part you can see subsoil. This layer mostly contains sand and small stones. And after that we can see bedrocks. Bedrocks is also a third layer of soil, and it contains stones and rocks. Now we will see the soil erosion. Soil is always being eroded by the action of wind and water. So mainly erosion can be action of the wind and water. The process in which soil is taken away from land by natural agents such as rain, flowing river, and strong wind is called soil erosion. Okay, so what is the definition of the soil erosion, my dear student? The process in which soil is taken away from the land by natural agents such as rain, flowing water, river, and strong wind is called soil erosion. So which factor is responsible for soil erosion? We will see. When it's rain heavily, the water carries away from the fertile soil with it to other places. So when the rain heavily, the water carries away the fertile soil with other places. River also carries soil from one place to another place. Wind often blow the soil away, the deposit at new places. Deposit means collect. Okay, when wind blow, it also the deposit of the soil in new place. As the top soil is loose and soft, it is easily blown away by wind. We know that the mostly plant can grow in topsoil, and topsoil is very loose and soft. It can easily blown away by wind. Now you can see deforestation is also responsible for soil erosion, as roots that hold the soil are destroyed. Deforestation means cutting down more and more trees. So it is also responsible for the soil erosion, and due to deforestation, the roots that cannot hold the soil, and it can be easily destroyed. Erosion is very harmful to our soil. It becomes poorer and given scanty crop. Scanty means too small in size or amount. So, my dear children, it becomes poorer and gives scanty crops. Water and wind carry away the top soil, which is rich in plants, food. Every year, a lot of soil is being washed away by streams, river, and sea. So we know that soil erosion is very harmful for the plant growth because it become poorer and give scanty crop, and water and winds carry away the topsoil. Topsoil, because we know that topsoil is rich in plants growth. So every year lot of soil being washed away from by the stream, river, and sea. Now you will see the soil conservation. Protecting the topsoil from being washed away is called soil conservation. What is soil conservation? Protecting the topsoil from being washed away is called soil conservation. Soil conservation is very necessary as plants get most of the nutrients from this fertile topsoil. We know that mostly plant can grow in topsoil, and topsoil is more fertile soil. So with the help of soil conservation, we can save our soil for plants growth, because mostly plants grow in topsoil, and topsoil contains more nutrients for plants. We can conserve the soil by these methods. First one, planting grass and trees, small digs or bunds, and tracing slope. So first we will see planting grass and trees. Barren soil can be easily eroded by the water and wind, so it is wise to plant trees or grass on the land around the fertile field. The roots of the grass and the trees hold the soil fast. Moreover, green grass and other grown slow down the flow of water or the speed of the wind. Thus, erosion is checked to a large extent. Okay, if we grow the small grass and trees, so with the help of these grass and trees, we can conserve the soil, because the green grass and other growth slow down the flow of water and speed of the wind. Now second, small digs or bunds around the fertile field are also helpful. They do not let the rainwater flow out of the field, and thus the soil dissolved in it remain there at its places. As soon as the water dried up and soil settled at its place, the bunds also check the flow of wind to a certain extent. Okay, so it is also helpful for the soil conservation, and with the help of dig and bunds, we can save our top layer of soil, and bunds and also check the flow of winds to a certain extent. Now third is tracing slopes. Tracing stand in the way of water running down the slopes. Okay, thus its flow is checked and the soil is left at its places. Tracing turns the slope into a flat ground and thus check erosion of soil. So you can see in the picture tracing forming. It is mainly we can see in a hill or mountains area, and with the help of this method we can conserve our soil. The soil forms slowly and destroyed easily, and it must be conserved so that it can continue to support life. If we conserve the soil, so we can save our topsoil, and if we save our topsoil, so plants easily can grow on this layer, and it is also support our life, because if soil, we will conserve the soil so we can grow many plant around us. So this is the lesson of 11, soil. We have done all the points. I hope you understand, my dear children. And exercise and other things you will see in next class. Thank you.